Hello there. We're going to write trig functions from given information in the forms as showed here. So now I don't have a theta button handy on my thing, so I make x's right there, but those will be thetas. So let me show you how to do something like this when you have an amplitude and a period. Well, I would create a third blank called frequency and figure that out right off the bat. And we've seen from other videos that b equals 2 pi over p. So if we plug in 4 pi in for p, so this right here is going to go right there, okay? So it's going to be 2 pi over 4 pi, whoops, which is 1/2. So the frequency is going to be 1/2. So our final answer would be y equals 5. And then it's going to tell you, by the way, I forgot to write this. We'll do a sine graph. By the way, sine is S-I-N-E and like cosine is C-O-S-I-N-E, but they just smash it down into 3 letters. 5 sine, we'll be calling all these sines here for today. 5 sine of 1/2 theta, or theta over 2. So you could also write this as 5 sine of theta over 2. But there's something wrong with this. You should be going, wait a minute. What's the problem? We don't know if it's positive or negative. We don't know because the amplitude's absolute value. So this thing could originally be negative. So how do we satisfy both? Well, instead of writing them both out, like plus and minus, you just go plus and minus right there. So all of your answers for these kinds of things will have a plus or minus on it. And what you need is another example. So let's say this time I had an amplitude equal to, I don't know, let's throw a decimal in there, like 0.3, and a period of 3 pi over 2. Okay? And we want to find out the equation of this. Well, I'm going to pause it, and you try that. I'll be right back. All right, so we're going to do frequency first. And this is always the tricky part. Remember, b equals 2 pi over p, and we know what p is, so it's just 2 pi over 3 pi over 2, which is like saying 2 pi over 1, that's the top, and I'm going to, I'll go ahead and write it all out one last time. This is the last time I'm doing that. 2 pi over 1 times 2 over 3 pi. That would have to be flipped over. Okay, flipped over like that. And we would try to cancel, and nothing cancels except the pi. So they go boo-bye. And the rest of this is, what, 4/3. 4/3. So the frequency is 4/3. And don't hate it because it's a fraction. And it looks funny. Okay, so our final answer, y equals plus or minus 0.3 sine of 4/3 theta, or 4 theta over 3. Now, I know you're probably like, okay, I'm done with this. I totally get this. But let's do another one, because it'll make us feel good. One last problem. Period and amplitude. Let's say just amplitude is 4, and our period is, say, 30. I'll be right back. All right. Well, what makes this problem different is it doesn't have pi in it. But we can still do, let me get a different color, frequency. The frequency is just, again, b equals 2 pi over p, which is 2 pi over 30. That just goes down there. And this would be what? Pi over 15. That is the frequency. Pi over 15. On our final answer, which I'll do in blazing yellow, y equals 4 sine pi over 15 theta. And that is the final answer. And you're right. You are correct. It is plus or minus. Excellent. Thanks for catching that. Have a good one.